Assalamu alaikum everyone, welcome back to Pepe Update today. And Pepe is trading at 1064. And ladies and gentlemen, you see on the announcement on Discord, I'm giving you a lot of very important news coming up. So basically, let's actually start with some of the news that I've been giving. This was back in like 4th of August, and I said August 12th will be the next day to see volatility in the market. Now, if you go back to the 12th of August, there was a volatility, a lot of volatility. In fact, we actually won a PEPE trade. We bought it early, we exit early as well. So I'm actually going to show you some things that are going to make a lot of sense to you. So if you go back and you look at 12, right? So 12 is actually somewhere right over here. Do you see? This is actually like 12th of August, right? And then we did see that huge volatility in the market. Now, when this was happening, I actually went on, and I think that I actually even entered a PEPE trade on the private. So if I go back onto PEPE trade, we had our entry back. I think it was somewhere really down, man. Okay, so some of the messages I'm gonna actually have to like scroll and check. Okay, but we actually did this. So on 7th, right? So on 7th of August, I actually took a very early entry into PEPE. And then the next date, right? Just bear with me for a second here because it's important. Very, I promise you by the end of, explaining everything, you'll understand what is going on. So we actually had PEPE and this PEPE, boom. We're going to go down again and again. And okay, my goodness, I have to actually search for everything. And here it is. The next date is going to be this one. So this was actually back in 13 of August, right? So after the volatility, after everything was pumping up. Now the problem is when 13 of August happened, you can see from 12 to 13, we had a volatility, right? And then I said that by 13 and by 14, we're going to have another volatility. And at that 14th of August, I actually noticed that PEPE is facing a lot of problem in breaking this inverse head and shoulder pattern. So what is the inverse head and shoulder pattern? Let me show you that. So if I go back into the 1 hour, and I actually talked about this, I went through the inverse head and shoulder with you, and I told you that if PEPE is going to fail to break, that is going to be a problem. So it was failing to break above that resistance on 14th of August. We were just kissing the resistance, but we were not breaking it. If you're not going to break a resistance, that is a shady move, right? It's a very small hint that, okay, a news is coming up, the market is about to get volatile, and the fact that you're failing to break this thing is not a good idea. If you would have done something where you break and then you come down for the retest like this, it would have been a very good thing. And I told you in the channel over and over again that it should happen like that. And on 14th of August, we had a producer price index, PPI release, stock market crash, crypto market crash, right? So what made me actually do, like for example, when we had this 14th of August news, we decided that we are going to stop trading PEPE, all right? And here it is. This was on 14th of August, exactly on that very same date. So this is 14th of August, and I said, sell PEPE, even though we took it at 7th of August, and now it's 14th of August. Sell PEPE and take 10% profit. We won this, and the problem is that, as you can see from the image, PEPE is struggling to break the neckline. If it breaks the neckline, we will enter again. That's fine, right? And this is the image. And I told them that it is actually failing to break over and over again. As a matter of fact, it failed. It came down to 1202, and I cashed it out at 1202. Now, even better is that today I told them, guys, we are trading a double top. So actually, yesterday I gave them a short position at like 1115. And this was yesterday's entry and take profit at 983. So far, PEPE is down. Okay, PEPE is down. And why did I take the trade? Because it went down like this. I saw a nice good bear flag right over here. and this bear flag is about to take Pepe all the way down to this like technical target of, you can see it's actually coming down to 952. So I am like, if we took 1114, so we're like 4.6% in profit right now, and if it actually goes down 14%. So earlier we cashed out for 10%, and right now if we cash out even for 14%, that's going to be like 24% win in August so far. So that, okay, was it private? Yeah, but the information was very, very important. But there's one more thing, all right? On the announcement, one of the date in September where you can expect volatility is September 6th. Today is like, I'm actually preparing you for September 6th. You ignore these dates because we all care about is our entries and exit. But 3 days ago, there was a PPI report coming, and then 14th of August was coming, and that caused a sharp dump in the market, both stock and crypto. So adopt to economic calendar, guys, and combine technical analysis, you'll have better result. I actually didn't used to combine economic calendar, but now I am. So whenever I'm going to actually give you these updates, I'm going to give you some very important, dates coming up. So in September, if you're following right now, keep following, because by September of 6, there is a huge another economic event coming up, and that can actually drive the market for some volatility. Now this is actually amazing, and I'm going to tell you why it's amazing. Sometimes we sit down and we wonder, when is the market going to move, right? Sometimes the market is so trashy, it kind of moves sideways. You don't even know when the volatility is actually going to come, and suddenly it pumps, you miss the ride, it dumps, you miss the ride. But economical calendar can give you this idea that, okay, on this date, on the X date, Y date, Z date, we're going to have an event that is going to be a volatile event. CPI data, PPI data, earning report, whatever all these things are. They actually, and the reason why they dump, the final thing I want to tell you is that basically these news, they control stock market, right? So stock market is like the father of them all. If you go and look at stock market, it's a very big market. It's bigger than crypto. Crypto is a small bubble in front of stock market, right? So it's almost like a child of stock market. And when stock market move even like 2 to 3%, Bitcoin is going to move like 10%, 5%. And when Bitcoin moves 10% or 5%, you're going to see altcoin like Pepe and all these other coin maybe pump 20%, maybe dump 20% even. So it's a flow. It's like a waterfall going from higher level all the way, like the water is flowing all the way down to meme coins, shit coins, frog coins, dog coins. I don't know how many freaking animals we have in our, I don't know if this is crypto anymore, if this is an animal planet anymore, but it's a fun animal planet. I mean, I love the frog, you love the frog, and by that, I'm going to see you with the next one. I love this.